We have an Oracle Linux Virtualization cluster, and I'm currently logged into OLVM-0, and that's our standalone engine, the control plane, if you will, for Oracle Linux Virtualization. And we have three virtual hosts defined, OLVM 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to pivot into the LINSTOR GUI side of the LINBIT SDS components here. And we can see that we essentially have this mirrored in the same configuration. We have OLVM-0 that is running as just a dedicated controller node. And OLVM 1, 2, and 3 are the LINSTOR satellites corresponding to the KVM hosts in the virtualization cluster. So same concept applies. If you have 10 nodes, 100 nodes, et cetera, you're going to kind of map it one-to-one. So each virtual host is the LINSTOR satellite. We have a couple different, storage domains defined here. One is titled LINSTOR iSCSI, and that is using a little addition to LINSTOR called LINSTOR Gateway to easily create an iSCSI target. You can easily create multiple targets, multiple LUNs, etc., and NFS shares and VMware Fabrics targets as well. And so that's just a very easy way to get highly available iSCSI. And then I believe, as Phil mentioned, this is also a very convenient way if you're deploying the self-hosted engine to first come in and set up the LINBIT storage, set up your highly available iSCSI target, and then proceed with your OLVM deployment. But it's a bit of an advanced topic for another day. We'll also touch base on the LINSTOR Cinder integration that we have as another storage domain. And we can see that in here we do have a couple different replicated resources here. We can see that this VM data resource that is active and primary on OLVM-1, that's actually serving up our iSCSI. So we have, I think, a couple different ISO images, VM images running on there. And then we have this Cinder volume here for the managed block storage feature in OLVM. And that is currently active as well. We see that it is currently primary on OLVM-2. And we can see that reflected when we come into the virtual machine overview here. I have a couple of virtual machines defined. VM001, that's running on host 3, that's using the iSCSI backed storage. And then we have VM02, and that's using the Cinder integration that we have. And I believe we can also see that listed in the disks that are currently attached to the VMs there. So we can see that we have two different volumes, two different storage domains, but all backed by highly available, LINSTOR and DRBD, making that possible. And just to iterate, or I guess illustrate what Phil was describing with failover and how everything is able to, you lose a host, it's really no big deal because you still have all of your data. So we'll go ahead and actually power off, let's see, which host is it? OLVM-1, and that's currently serving as our iSCSI primary. And we have a virtual machine here, and I'll open the console so we can see I've echoed hello world to the console on a running VM instance. And then I will go ahead and power off our current iSCSI host right now. So behind the scenes, I've just force powered off OLVM-1. We should be able to see LINSTOR pick that up pretty fast. And we can see, let me just refresh this. Yeah, I just got to scroll over. So OLVM-2 is able to take over and promote our iSCSI target as active. And behind the scenes, a virtual IP address is kind of passing between the nodes as well. And we can come back and we can see that our virtual machine is still running. We still have our console. We can echo hello world 2. Everything's fine. Like a little blip happened behind the scenes, but your VMs are still up and running. Your iSCSI is still up and running. If your self-hosted engine was deployed, it would still be up and running. Everything failed over seamlessly. Now, the same thing would happen with the Cinderlib integration, but let's say you lost the host that the VM was running on top of. Obviously, you would lose that virtual machine instance. It would power off, but you would be able to restart that somewhere else in your cluster because you have at least one other physical copy in the cluster. So similar concept. Yeah, this is just a quick little demo on how LINSTOR can integrate with OLVM. So thanks for watching the screen share.